We're the Maguas, and this is Will It Ever Be the Same? We went out on a limb. This time feels like the first one. Can't get enough of it. Another conduit. Well, I'm so sick of chasing ghosts. This pride's clawing right back up my throat. But I know we built this up brick by brick. Can't get enough of it. Will it ever be the same? Will it ever be the same? I've been awake for weeks. Another night, another city street, hoping that they'll see the light you always saw in me. Was it all just rhetoric, or am I becoming everything you wanted me to be? Can't get enough of it. Will it ever be the same? Will it ever be the same? These clouds were always looming, blur my eyes from all I hope to see. But I know you'll be here waiting, holding on to every part of me. I was falling apart, but you swore it would get better. It was all just passing weather, and you were shelter from the storm. Can I give you my heart? 'Cause I swear you wore it better. Take my hand in heaven's name, it will never be the same. These clouds were always looming, blur my eyes from all I hope to see. But I know you'll be here waiting, holding on to every part of me. Can I give you my heart? 'Cause I swear you wore it better. Take my hand in heaven's name, and it will never be the same. Will it ever be the same? Will it ever be the same? These clouds were always looming, blur my eyes from all I hope to see. But I know you'll be here waiting, holding on to every part of me. All right, what's up, guys? We're the Maguas. We got some of your questions on Instagram. So we're going to start out with the first one here, which is, when was the start of this EP? So technically, we started writing one of the songs that is on this EP. We started writing Actions in like February of 2019. We actually went in and recorded that first in August of, what year? 2019?
Yeah.
August of 2019 as a single to work with Nick. And then we ended up going back that January to finish the rest. So Actions is definitely the oldest, the elder of the EP. And yeah, we've been working on that since 2019.
The rest of them just sort of came along right after that. It was pretty easy to write once we had worked with Nick and sort of gotten our feelings on what the EP was going to sound like. And I think from there, took form pretty easily.
Yeah, I think it's pretty wild. It took, over a year, right, for the actual album since we did the first song, Actions. Mm. And then the release date of One of Us Is Lying was over a year, which I always think is pretty wild.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was right after Funeral.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's wild.
All right, our second question is, what's the meaning of the title, One of Us Is Lying? So actually, we originally had a song that was going to be on the EP called One of Us Is Lying. When we went to Nick, we had, I think, 7 songs?
7 or 8.
Sounds
7 or
right.
8, yeah.
And One of Us Is Lying actually was one of the songs we ended up not using on the EP. But thinking about the themes of like love lost and it's like some of the darker themes as well, and toxic relationships that you could see throughout the EP. It's kind of fitting, even though we didn't end up putting the song on the EP. So yeah, it was just the name of a song that didn't make it.
It's also a pretty badass title. If I just say so myself. Yeah.
Oh, here's a good follow up to that. Who is it? Which I think that means who's lying. And I think we can all agree that Jenks is lying.
He's definitely lying.
No, Eric's definitely the liar.
I guess
He's lying right now.
I guess we'll never know.
We're all lying.
All right. We got another one. How tough was figuring out the track list?
Not tough at all.
Yeah, I don't know. I think when it really came down to it, we were happy with the songs, and we had a couple different ways that it could flow. And then we ended up agreeing that the way we released the songs also kind of worked as the actual track list of the EP. I think Mess You Made was definitely something that, once we started finishing up that version in the studio, something we knew was going to be the last song. So that was kind of built around that idea. But I think generally wasn't too much difficulty there. Don, do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, I mean, we were just, the way we wrote it, it kind of told the story in that order, from Glum to Actions. And, like we said, we wrote Actions first, but building around it wasn't hard. It sort of just fell together. And track placement, we really maybe spent like 5 minutes talking about it.
Yeah, It came pretty easy. I mean, I thought it was really clear that Mess You Made was definitely going to be that finale song. So that was already set in stone. And for me, it just felt like Glum was a good start to the album.
Yeah, and another part of it actually was the way we released the songs sort of as singles. Seaglass and Springsteen, that was one of the songs that we really had a specific time of the year in mind. So it was kind of like end of summer, nostalgic. So kind of played into that as well in deciding the track list when we were actually going to release them.
Definitely.
Oh, this one, I see what you did here. Did you expect it to be such a banger? That's not a question, it's a compliment, and thank you. I mean, we definitely liked the songs because we wrote them and that's how they ended up. But I will say we definitely didn't expect the reception that we got. I mean, you guys really amazed us with all your support. So much, and
definitely.
Yeah, definitely wasn't expecting. So
I mean, and Nick made them sound great when we brought them in there, and Nick just working his magic with us. I think that's when we started to realize, these are some special songs that we really like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was stuck in the indigo, had no way out, had nowhere to go. I can feel you right next to me, suntan and ocean breeze. You blew the smoke from your cigarette, got me tongue-tied, but I can't forget. Your eyes remind me of summertime. You call me yours, I'll call you mine. Seaglass and Springsteen. Never knew what you meant to me. I guess it's better to never know. Another reason I can't go home. Seaglass and Springsteen. I always wanted to take you home, meet my parents, but they'll never know. I wonder if you're still missing me. A stolen kiss in a broken dream. I called you up in the June gloom, let it all out. Hope you call back soon. Well, I guess it's better to never know. Another reason I can't go home. Seaglass and Springsteen, cigarettes and seafoam green. Never knew what you meant to me. Reaching for your hand to hold, missing every word you told. Seaglass and Springsteen. I caught the train for the West Coast, chasing sunsets and the Holy Ghost. Might get lost in the undertow. I never thought we'd let this go. Seaglass and Springsteen, cigarettes and seafoam green. Never knew what you meant to me.
All right, we got a few more questions here. Before we get into the last questions, I wanted to give a shout out to Cafe Soriano here in Peckville, Pennsylvania. I will say, if you're ever in the northeastern Pennsylvania area, it is the best breakfast, some of the best food overall, and it's a really cool place.
Yep, the pasta nights are
Pasta night's amazing. So if you're from here and you haven't been here, I don't know how, but you need to get here immediately. And if you're ever in the area, I would definitely check it out.
And also, shout out to Ionic Development,
Yeah,
who was
Ionic
filming
Development.
this. They are
Yeah,
amazing.
They are
They're right
unreal.
there and there.
They're
and
all
there.
they're all around.
Yep, they're all around us.
They're amazing, and we love them. And those beautiful music videos were all because of them.
Yep.
Yes.
So, all right. So we got a couple more here. One question is, what was it like working with Nick from Man Overboard on this record? It was amazing. I mean, we went in to record Actions as a single in August of 2019, and we were all nervous. We knew Man Overboard. We loved their music, and we didn't know what it was going to be like because it was also the first time we stepped into a studio. Good beer. We did in Jenks' Sunroom, which we're all very familiar with.
Way different vibe.
Yeah, definitely a different vibe.
Similar vibe now. We know Nick.
Yeah, but I mean, it was intimidating at
yeah.
first, but it was really amazing. We knew immediately that not only is he gonna make our songs sound great, but we knew that he is invested in them as well. And with the pre-production process, he helped us take down the songs we went in with and just build them up and make them even better. And once we recorded the rest of the EP, we knew that we were gonna work with them again. And at this point, I can't imagine really working with anybody else besides Nick.
He just makes everything feel so calm in the room too. Like it's normally jokes busting 24/7 and having a good time, but also remaining like creative and focused on the point at hand. And I think the vibe overall just makes you feel comfortable and ready to make the best album you could possibly make.
Totally agree. Working with Nick, I think it's so much fun.
The
Yeah.
jokes
But
are
he is-
usually at my expense too.
Yes,
so-
always,
usually
which is
making
great.
fun of Dalton.
We all love
but-
making jokes at Dalton's expense.
Yeah, but he's also tough too. I mean, he expects a lot out of bands in general, and I love. That's probably the thing I like the most.
Yeah, he definitely
Is
pushed
he
us.
challenges us, and we're like, well, we need to really work hard to come up with some really creative stuff, and he helps us get the music there, which is awesome.
All right, we've got the last question here. What's the story behind Glum, specifically the line broken in half and covered in shit? So this is a good story, actually, a little random. We were having a band practice at Brandon's house, our drummer, Brandon Osant, shout out. He's not with
Shout
us right
out,
now,
Shout
but
out. He's in
R.I.P.
Virginia.
so we were having a fire, and at that fire there was a wooden chair, and it was kind of dingy, and
half.
decided to throw it in the fire. And Brandon threw it in the fire, and I was like, why'd you throw that in the fire? So I don't know, it's broken in half and covered in shit. And I was like, I'm broken in half and covered in shit. And then a couple weeks later, Brandon was like, yo, I wrote a song around I'm broken in half and covered in shit. And I was like, wow, okay. And it was Glum.
Exactly how people picture Glum coming out is throwing a chair into a fire that's covered in shit. But that's essentially what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that was really where it came from.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you guys so much for watching.
Awesome.
We'll
Thank
be playing
you
our
guys.
last song, and yeah, thank you guys for the questions.
There's a way that I feel when you walk in the room. It's still and warm like a flower in bloom, but you've got me all figured out. I'm lost in a sea of self-doubt because I'm broken in half, covered in shit like a light fading out while the room is well lit. Can't help but feel secondhand. Your arms wrap around where I stand, and you feel just like home. But I'm still running from the monsters under my bed. My reflection staring back at me. And truth be told, I'm almost certain you were right about everything. I'm just trying to breathe, to become anything more than I used to be. And I'm scared to death to find out just what my friends might think. I'm afraid you'll see every part of me, a crooked, faded outline, held up by these bony knees. They're weakening, and I'm just dying for sleep. Oh, for sleep.